Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Steezy, and thank you for checking out today's video. Now, we've got another top 10 video for you, and today I'm talking about my top 10 favorite Pokemon main series video games of all time. I'm really not sure how this one's going to go. I've not given this any thought at all, really, so this is going to be interesting. So, let's hop into it. Okay, so, like last time, we're back on the famous tier maker. It's cut off right there, but you know, tiermaker.com. And what I've already done is exactly what I did last time. I've already got the my top 10 favorite games on the 10 line. These games are all fantastic. What I'm basing this off of is my experience. Like, for example, Heart Gold, Soul Silver are essentially the same games. I played Heart Gold, so we're going off of that one. That's right there, so that's why I said that. And also, I don't know, I guess that's really it. My experience / opinion of the whole thing. So, I am going to do this differently than I did my top 10 favorite Pokemon, which if you did not see, make sure you check it out. Talking about Pokemon is just a lot of fun anyways, and I'm sure since there are 900 different Pokemon, your opinion is vastly different from mine. Same with this. How many games are there? 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 30 plus. I'm sure your opinion is vastly different from mine. So, with that being said already, after you hit the like button, comment down below letting me know what your top 3 favorite Pokemon games are. Okay, so, unlike my last video, I'm going to go ahead and put these in a tentative order. That way it's organized a little bit because I haven't thought too much about this yet. Another path to self-discovery here on Steezy Pokemon Channel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in an order that I like. Okay, this looks like a really good starting point. Okay, so this is the list. Last time I started at 10 and worked my way up. This time I'm going to start my way at the top and work my way down. Since I don't exactly know what exact order these are going to be in, I think that's going to be the best way to do this. So, with that being said, number 1, Pokemon Red. I grew up with Pokemon. This was the first game. I was with this franchise from the beginning, playing this game on the original Game Boy. I was one of the day ones. I know I look like I'm 12 years old with a mustache, but yeah, I'm old, and I was raised on Pokemon, starting with Pokemon Red. So, the reason why Pokemon Red, I hold it as such a high tier, I will go ahead and definitively say that Pokemon Red is my favorite game. Absolutely. The reasons why, is because it was the first game into the franchise that ended up sprouting a 25-year franchise, an extremely successful, multi-billion-dollar profiting company started from this. So it had the perfect storm of great story, innovative gameplay, in my opinion, a generation full of 150, 51 Pokemon, depending on how you break it down, Pokemon of amazing quality, and then I'll talk about reason number 4 in just a second. But you take all that, it's a perfect storm into one, and you create such an amazing, in-depth, immersive game that just, since you're watching this, I'm assuming you love Pokemon almost as much as me. Probably not, but almost as much as I do. This is what sparked it all. So this is that spark, I guess, that starts it all. Anyways, the downfalls about this game, though, make it even better. Like, let's be honest for a second. If you play Pokemon Red, you probably did the Missing Go glitch. You surfed up and down Cinnabar Island to get Missing Go, which is one of the best random lines of code ever in a video game. You could catch this bad boy. You could also get, 1,000 Master Balls or rare candies? You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Its glitches in this game made it even better. But being an 8-year-old kid and being able to catch Masingo that had no effect on anybody else, and Master Balls and rare candies and all that stuff, it made this game just the best. It absolutely made it the best. And I can't see a world where this is not my favorite Pokemon game. I would love to be proven wrong. Love to. You've come close, Pokemon, but this will probably always be the best Pokemon game. With that being said, 2 and 3 slot. We're going to go ahead and go with Platinum first. The reason why I have Platinum, I'm trying to think how to word this. Gen 4 itself is what brought me back, that reignited that fire in my heart for Pokemon and just got me to dive straight back into it and become immersed in this world once again. But Pokemon Diamond fell a little flat story-wise, but Platinum picked that up and was like, here you go. Team Galactic's mission, and Cyrus, I think is what it is, his overall mission with the alternate universe in this story, just, it's amazing. The Pokemon in this generation, I think, are fantastic. There are several Pokemon that come from this generation that are my favorite, absolute favorites. Top 25. Probably. There's probably a lot from Gen 4 in top 25. But, so the story was insane. The Pokemon are absolutely fantastic, and the graphic quality, this was the first one, well, not this one, but Gen 4, was on the DS, and the graphic quality was just mind-blowing. Going from playing, like, even what was the newest one, Crystal at the time, maybe? Or Leaf Green and Fire Red? Going from that to Pokemon Diamond and Platinum was just mind-blowing. So it was like a huge step forward in that regard. So that's definitely in 2 or 3 slot. So Pokemon Yellow. The reason why Pokemon Yellow is up here, so close to Pokemon Red, which essentially is the same game, is for the obvious reason. Because you are able to get all the starters. At the time that Red came out, there wasn't a way to get all of the starters unless you traded for them, and that just wasn't possible for a lot of people. So Pokemon Yellow gave us our first real chance to play with all the starters, and most games, I would think, one of the hardest parts about playing the game is deciding who your starter is. So Pokemon Yellow solved that problem for all of us. We were able to choose all of the starters. We were able to train all of them up. We were able to be more like Ash, which is something I think a lot of us back then wanted to be, or Trainer Red, depending on where your inspiration's from. But that game, for that reason alone, taking my favorite generation and letting us have all starters at the beginning, was just fantastic. So that's why it's in top 2 or 3. I'm not exactly sure which one these are going. Actually, you know what? We are going to keep top 3 are top 3. That's how it's going to be. Sword and Shield came out. It's the most recent game that we're all playing. I'm going to take all the expansion passes and put it into the one game. That's probably not the best way to do that, considering games like Crystal kind of did that. But that's just how I'm going to do it. So, when I play my Sword game, or my Shield game, that's what loads up all the expansion passes, so that's what we're going to go with. The art direction, the overall, the way this game looks is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. The wild area is such an amazing idea. The free roam camera is such a great idea. The Pokemon from this generation, you already know, are some of my favorite Pokemon. I'm sure there's a lot more in my top 25. It's kind of like, so Pokemon Gen 1 was right here as the best. Generation 4 sparked that up again. It's like Generation 8 did it again. So it's like, that's weird how that, yeah. Anyways, so Sword is that game for me. So that almost could be up here, but we're going to put it down here just because of what we just talked about. So with the expansion passes and the stories, usually when they give out new mythical Pokemon, or what the theme was, is you would have just to type in a code and go get them. With the expansion passes, you had to do a little bit of a story. That was fantastic. I think I don't know. I could ramble on about these Pokemon games for a long time. The next up is going to be Heart Gold. I think this came right after Platinum, I think. So it was using the same graphics of the time, which were phenomenal. But what this game did, let you have, for the first time, Pokemon walking behind you. That wasn't Pikachu. That was not Pikachu, because Pokemon Yellow did that, but that was just Pikachu. Oh, again, Sword and Shield did that too. any Pokemon in the wild areas you could use, or in the expansion areas, you could have a wild Pokemon walk behind you. One of the best things ever added to a Pokemon game. Heart Gold, Soul Silver did that first. That was so cool. I didn't like Gen 2. I love Ho-Oh. I just love Ho-Oh. I didn't like the Pokemon of it, but the fact that you could play with better graphics was a big plus. A Pokemon walking behind you, a big plus. And you also got to visit Kanto again, which you see a lot of Kanto up here, was a huge bonus to this game. Plus you got this little device, and I think I've still got mine somewhere over here probably, that you could put a Pokemon into, and you could walk with it, earn candies, I think, or you could earn something with it, and you could also battle. I don't remember. It was insane. I spent a whole lot of time on this game. That's why Emerald's up here. Again, I did not like Generation 3 very much at all, outside of Torchic at the time. Blaziken I thought was super rad. Outside of that and like its legendaries, I didn't care for it really at all. I should be talking good about it since it's in my top 10. I played this game a ton. The story is so long, which, in my opinion, the longer the story, the better. And you got to visit Kanto. There we go. So, the amount of Pokemon you could catch in this game was insane for the time. Really, this probably... Let's go ahead and switch this. See, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, so we've talked about the first 6th. Man, that boy dropped quick. He went from what? Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. He went from 6 to 9 real quick, didn't he? Okay, alright, what we've got next. Pokemon Y. I told you from the beginning this was a tentative list, so we're changing around some stuff. And it could still change, even as we get to the bottom. Pokemon Y. I think what really got me about this was the diversity of the... I almost said levels. Of the towns, I guess, or the areas that you could explore. The diversity was a lot of it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, so correct me if I am wrong, but Generation 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all based somewhere around, like in Asia, right? Some part of Asia. And then Y was the first one, X and Y were the first ones to break out of that, so we got to see a more diverse play area, if you will. Pokemon, I'm iffy on it. There's a lot that I like, and there's a lot that I just really don't care for. But there are some really good notable Pokemon from this game. Minccino and Chinchino are probably my first. I know they're so random, but I absolutely love those guys. The starters were meh, but I think the story itself is probably the best part about this game. No spoilers, of course, if you haven't played this game, do so. I think the story is probably the best. The length of the story and the overall arch of the story is really good, in my opinion. So that's definitely gonna be in the 6th spot. Now I feel kind of weird. This is the 4th time I'm talking about Kanto now in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I did not care for the catching mechanic. And at this point, we visited Kanto several times before. But I guess the reason why this game is up here is because I revisited Kanto. Kanto looks even better than it ever has before. I get to play with all the starters if I want to. And I can bring over my Pokemon from Pokemon Go. So, those are the reasons why this game is up here. So, speaking of which, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, is that what it's called? The reason why this game is up here, I got Emerald right next to it. We've already talked about Emerald, so I'm going to repeat a lot of this stuff. Number 1, you were able to visit this region again and better graphics, and that was probably a lot of it. The reason why I got this game and I enjoyed it so much at the time was because you were able to get so many Pokemon. I believe this is one of the first games that gave you the opportunity to get almost every legendary, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably the only reason it's up here, I guess. And they changed the story a little bit, so it helped the story out with the primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre. But overall, I think that a couple of starters, maybe 2 or 3 Pokemon, and then the legendaries are fire. And mix that with better graphics and the fact that you can get all the legendaries is why it's on my list. We're talking about the last one. Pokemon Black and White was a fantastic game, but the story was just not there. So, and neither were the Pokemon, to be honest with you. If I'm recalling correctly, and I could be wrong, I feel like Pokemon Black and White, when it came out, it did not have any of the old Pokemon. It was, the original story was you had to play with the new Pokemon, which is a great idea if you can flesh out mechanically all of the types, which would be an insane job to do. So if you, like, I think there's only a few, was it fire types in this game? I'm trying to think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I know I've said that a few times, but I think that this game had a very few fire types, and if you didn't like those fire types, then you were kind of screwed for having a fire type. So that's where Pokemon White 2 came in. It helped the story out a good deal, if I recall. It also brought in more Pokemon from other generations that you could play with. And I guess that's really it. I really liked the story. I did. The legendary Pokemon 2 were really cool. The fusion was something we've never seen before. I thought that was really cool. It was a different approach to the game that we've not seen before. Out of all of these games, I love these games. I spend an insane amount of time on these games. I still revisit some of these. We'll probably revisit some of these on the channel at some point too. I guess that's it. They're ranking my top 10 favorite Pokemon main series games. Let me know in the comments down below after you've clicked like, because if you've watched this long, I'm assuming you've liked the video. So first of all, thank you. Click like, and then after that, in the comments below, let me know how different your list is from mine, and I would love to know your top 3 favorite Pokemon games of all time. Give some real thought. Before even starting this video, I had not given this any thought at all. I just thought, yeah, I like this game, I like this game, I like this game. So we took a bit of a deeper dive into my top 10. It's a lot of fun. That's why I like this series, my top 10 series. I think it makes me think a little more critical about Pokemon, which is always a great thing to do. If you're going to take anything away from this video, it's that thinking critical is such a great thing, no matter what. So yes, Pokemon, I love it. All these games, I love it. I've played, I don't know. We're going to end it there. I'm rambling at this point. I will check you in the next one, guys.